One of the absolute scariest investments one can make is investing in a coach. Today, I'm demystifying the process for you, as well as sharing exactly what to look out for so you can make sure you're investing your hard earned money confidently. That way, you can find the very best coach for you and your goals and make sure that you have the resources you need to take action towards making your desired transformation a reality. Be sure to watch through to the very end of this video, especially if you're searching for business coaches to help you start and launch a brand new business. I can help you out with that. So to learn how, be sure to stay around till the end. Hello there. If you are new, my name is Corey Logaitis and welcome to my channel, the place for aspiring entrepreneurs to learn how to officially go after making their dream of going from an employee to an entrepreneur a reality. I'm a fourth generation entrepreneur who at one point in time was the third generation to be running my family's business as a senior vice president, which I did for over 15 years. After deciding to step down and pivot into a new career, starting my own business, I simply did not have the confidence that I knew enough about the industry I wanted to go into to be able to do it on my own. I personally was moving from a technology industry into the personal development space, and I was completely clueless and in the dark. So within a week of deciding to work for myself, I hired my very first coach. Since then, I've spent over $70,000 on coaching, everything ranging from private one-on-one mentorship to group programs to online courses to hybrid models, you name it, I've invested in it at some point in time. I've learned a lot over the years making all those different investments, and I'm really excited to share what I've learned with you here today. So let's go ahead and dive into 6 things that you should be looking out for before you hire your own coach. The first thing that's important is to have clarity on what it is you're hiring a coach to help you do to begin with. To use as an example, which I've used this example multiple times on this channel, is if you have brain cancer, you want to go to a surgeon that specializes in brain cancer to be able to help you, right? The desired transformation is curing your brain cancer. And so going to a general practitioner, sure, it can work, but they don't specialize in your specific ailment, right? So hiring a coach is no different at all. So let's say your goal as a business owner is you want to increase the number of leads coming into your business. You need to identify first, okay, well, number one, why do I want to increase my number of leads? That helps you determine where you're at in the process and who specifically it is you should be working with. So a brand new entrepreneur, like the ones that I work with, may be wanting to increase their number of leads because they want to land their first paying client so they can prove that they have a business to begin with, right? Whereas a more mature business might have the goal of increasing their leads to be able to, hit a different revenue goal or to be able to scale at a different level. Right? So knowing why you want the specific results and the means you need to go about getting the specific result will help you determine which coach would be better for you, because you're going to be better served working with somebody who has worked with lots of people with your problem and have repeatable results than somebody who has some experience with your problem and might be able to help you. Another thing that's important to remember is a coach can show you the way and will show you what it is you need to do and will be that mirror for yourself to see things that you're saying, doing, and thinking that you can't even see yourself. The thing that a coach will not do is do the work for you. So if you're expecting to invest in a coach and to be guaranteed that result, that's entirely unrealistic. You need to be aware that yes, the coach will give you the tools and the resources and the support that you need to be able to achieve that result, but you are ultimately responsible for making that result happen. So make sure you're clear on those expectations before going into that kind of an engagement. Because if you would rather have a guaranteed result and not do the work, depending on what your scenario is, you might be better off outsourcing it to a contractor, who might be able to do it for you, as opposed to learning the process to do it yourself. The next thing that's important is to understand containers. Right? So that's what we call it in the coaching world. That's basically the types of coaching packages you can get. Private coaching, which is coaching one-on-one, gives you the highest proximity to the coach possible. They are working with you directly. There's multiple different ways that coaches deliver this. Some of them do it one-on-one via Zoom call, some meet in person, some do weekend intensives, other ones might do Voxer only, where there's a voice memoing app. But the point being, you have direct access to that coach to work through whatever's coming up for you in that moment towards that transformation. The next step from that would be what's considered group coaching. Group coaching happens when you have multiple people who are reaching or are desiring to reach the same results as you are, all working on their own, with the coach managing what the steps are, step 1, step 2, step 3, in a group setting to walk you through it. So group coaching typically is much better for if you're trying to learn a process, right? If you're trying to get from point A to point Z, and a coach might have a specific curriculum that walks you through how to do that. Group coaching can be a very good fit for you, and typically is much less expensive than private coaching. Private coaching in general is going to be a better fit for you if you are looking to do more mindset work. And really need that personalized attention to see where you're stopping yourself, as opposed to procedural, step-by-step instruction. You also have things like online courses or hybrid programs. An online course is typically created by a coach, and it walks you through the same thing step by step as a group program, but it's self-guided, right? So you don't get the support with the coach. It's not done, weekly in a group setting where you have the accountability with everybody else. You do it on your own. So it's strictly educational. It can work great, again, depending on if you're looking to learn how to do a process from A to Z. But if you're looking for that accountability, as well as being able to get feedback on your work, a group coaching program would be a much better fit for you than an online course. Now, there's also options like mine would be considered this, where it's a hybrid program where it's group coaching as well as an online course. So these types of programs vary, but they can range from having the curriculum delivered online, self-paced, but then you have access to things like group coaching calls or intensives or even one-on-one calls within the program. So it's important to know what your needs are. Do you need, more mindset work? Do you need more self-reflection? Do you need people to keep you accountable? Do you need, curriculum and A to Z? Having clarity on what those needs are for you first will help you, number one, find, doing your research, find better fits for what you're looking for, as well as have better discovery conversations with potential coaches when you're looking to hire them. Now, next thing I wanted to share, which I think was a mindset shift even for me in researching coaches and stuff, is understand that the higher price doesn't necessarily mean it's better. The price is simply a gauge on the proximity that you get to the coach themselves. So if what you need is really that step-by-step information, it's really overserving you to be in a one-on-one coaching relationship at a high ticket price, because that information can be delivered to you in more of a curriculum-based format at a less expensive price. And the reason that it's less expensive is because it takes the coach less time to deliver that information to you than doing it one-on-one, right? So understand the higher price doesn't always necessarily mean that it's best for you. It really depends on what your desired result is, what the desired timeframes you want to achieve it on, and what work is going to be involved in helping you get to that result. Of course, the best coaches with the best results are always going to command a higher ticket price than others. But there are some very talented coaches out there that are just starting out, that have many years of experience in their related industries, but are just getting into coaching right now, that you could potentially work with. Granted, they have the curriculum and the know-how to get you that desired result. So again, pricing doesn't always mean everything. It's really determined on, again, what it is you're looking for and how that specific coach delivers it, and whether or not they meet up and are complementary to each other. Now, one thing I definitely recommend for sure is that when you decide that you're going to hire a coach, make sure that you research and you interview multiple coaches. Don't always go with the first one. And it's really important when you're having these, it depends on the coach, but some folks will call it a discovery call. Others will call it a strategy session. That's what I call them. But you want to have some sort of a discovery meeting with the coach and, really kind of get a feel for them. The way I like to describe this is it's very similar to hiring a therapist, right? People need to feel comfortable with their therapist. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to be open and honest enough to really get to the root of the work that they need to be doing together. Working with a coach is really no different. And I tell my potential clients this all the time. For a client to work with me, I need to be as comfortable with them as they are with me, because I need to have the flexibility to be as honest with them as I need to be in order for them to get their desired results. And they need to be open to receiving that honesty from me to be able to make those changes. So it's really a two-way street. And energetically, it really needs to work for both parties, which is why having these conversations is so, so important. And yes, on the very first call, you can have a great vibe with one coach, but I still recommend that you talk to a few other ones, because you never know. There might be somebody out there that you actually are positioned to, energetically work better with. And the last thing that I think is super important is make sure whoever you're investing in has invested in coaching themselves. You see this a lot more when it comes to new coaches. There's so many new coaches out there who have never invested in coaching themselves. And the reason that I say it is not so much that they're inexperienced. They might very well have a lot of prior, knowledge that they're leveraging from to be able to coach you. But it's more in being able to more or less get the information that they've invested in coaching for themselves. So when you think about it, it's very similar to when you invest in one coach who has invested in multiple mentors for many years, similar to I have, right? I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I've invested in $70,000 worth of coaches over the years. So anybody who works with me doesn't just get the way that I've learned how to do things. They also learn through the way that I have translated working with my various mentors over the years without having to work with those mentors directly, right? You're leveraging all of the talents, skills, experiences, and everything that I have learned over the course of my career, whether it be working with a mentor, whether it be my former careers, my talents, and everything that I've amassed educationally over the years. So when you're out there looking to hire a coach, make sure you're hiring somebody who has also invested in coaching themselves, because ultimately you're going to benefit. I hope that learning about the process of what to look out for while investing in a coach has been helpful. If you're in the market for a business coach to help you start and launch a business, and you're thinking while watching this, I like her, I wonder how I work with her, then I would be happy to talk to you about that. Check out the description below and book a strategy call with me and my team to see whether or not working with me would be a good fit for you, your business, and your goals. If you made it this far watching today's video, drop me a comment below that says coaching. I would love to reach out personally, and thank you for watching through all the way to the end. If you enjoyed what you learned in today's video and are ready for more, go ahead and check out these videos next. And if you really found what I shared valuable today, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. I'll see you next time.